our to-do list is never ending. And this is a question that I see asked a lot. How do I get all of the things done as a busy homeschool mom and momtrepreneur? Well, my fellow rebel moms, I am a self-proclaimed productivity guru, and I am going to let you in on all of my secrets. Hey, Mom. So welcome to the Momtrepreneur Life Coffee Chat. I am Jodie, the mom from lifeunboxed.blog. And if you are a rebel mom, which as you can see, I'm proudly wearing, then you are in the right place. So this coffee chat is a time where I pull back the curtain on life as a momtrepreneur. And for the most part, it is unedited and unscripted. I have a few thoughts written down, so if I will glance down every once in a while. But I have 6 kids, so I forget things. So let's get into this, because I saw this in one of my momtrepreneur groups on Facebook. And the question was, how do I get getting all the things done? And again, as I said, I am a self-proclaimed guru, and self-proclaimed because who really stamps you as an expert in productivity? I mean, seriously, I see all these productivity experts. Like, who said you're an expert? So I've had other people tell me I'm an expert, so that's why I can say I'm a self-proclaimed guru. But before we get into all of my tips and tricks to getting all the things done, I want to remind you that I have a journal, especially for fall. And it says, if loving pumpkin spice is wrong, I don't want to be right. And what I love about this journal is it is the best of both worlds. You get the dot grid and the lines. So that's on Amazon, and I will definitely leave the link below. And I like making these journals, and it's a great way to help support the show. So let's have some coffee, because this is a coffee chat. And so I'm going to give you my productivity credentials, because I always have people tell me, like, you are so organized. I can't believe how organized you are. Well, I am so organized because that is how I keep my sanity. I do not thrive on waiting until the last minute for everything. It actually makes life more stressful for me. So if I can get everything done as far ahead of time as I possibly can, then I do better. Yes, there are things that cannot be done ahead of time. They have to wait till the last minute. So I always look at it, why wouldn't I get all of those things that can be done ahead of time, get those done, and then what needs to wait until the last minute, I can actually focus on at the last minute when they need to get done. I've never understood people who thrive on staying up till 4 a.m. to get stuff done when they didn't need to. That's just me. Okay. So I am a very highly organized, disciplined person. And it's not so I can call myself a self-proclaimed productivity guru. It's because everything would fall apart if I wasn't. I have to be an Uber planner. So I don't go crazy. And I know, and this is how much of an Uber planner I am. So I've had some moms tell me, like, if you're a planner like me, I'm like, honey, you got nothing on me when it comes to planning, okay? If you want to know, like, if you want to know how far out I plan for my blog, I am already writing for February, and we're in October. Because if something comes up, if something happens, I need to be able to not worry about making sure my posts are ready to go, or making sure my social media stuff is ready to go, or anything like that. These coffee chats I usually record on Tuesday, and I have them written and posted by Thursday, are kind of the most stressful parts because I don't have any flexibility for life to happen. So I guess I have some. I could post it on a Friday if something came up, not a big deal. But that is just how much of a planner I am. I start buying curriculum in March. It's also for budgeting reasons too, because when you have 6 kids, you got to spread that out. So, but I start buying curriculum for the next year in March, or at least planning what I'm going to buy for the following year. So, yes, my friends, when I say I am a self-proclaimed productivity guru, I am a self-proclaimed productivity guru, and I am a hyper planner. You cannot outplan me. Okay. You cannot do it. So saying all of that, because this is just my personality, so this comes naturally to me, and I understand we're all different, we're all unique, and this may be harder for some people than for others. So I'm going to give you my 3 tips to help you get all the things done. And we might have a 4th one in there because I have something else floating around in my head, so we'll see. So work consistently in small blocks. Now, I know I would rather get everything done all at once instead of dragging stuff out. I hate let me do a little bit now, and then let me do a little bit this week, next week. I am the type, give me 8 hours and it will be completely and totally done. But I have 6 kids. I homeschool my kids. I run 2 businesses. I do not have 8 hours to just lock myself in a room and do nothing but focus on that. So what do you do as a busy mom and homeschool mom? You work in small, consistent blocks. And this was not something that came easy or naturally for me. Because again, I would rather just get things done and move on to the next project. But I can no longer work that way because there's too much demand on my time. So I still have to find a way to work that gets things done. And that is to just be consistent. So when I get up in the mornings, I'll get up about 5. Might hit the snooze every now and again. But I'll get up about 5. And so between 5 and 6 is my time to work on the blog. So whether that is I'm going to write my book, I'm going to work on the course, I'm going to post to social media. I have that small block of time that I dedicate just for this. Now, I fit other things in at different times as well, but I make sure I do have about 45 minutes to an hour of dedicated time in the morning. So is it 8 hours like I would want? No. But working consistently every morning at that time, I am accomplishing my goals. It's just at a much slower pace. And you know what? That's okay because I'm a busy mom. I have humans I need to raise, and that's the most important thing. So work in small, consistent blocks, and let's get some coffee out of our Rebel Mom mug. So if you want, this is a great way to support the show and the podcast. So links are always below in the description below. And I would love for you to join the Rebel Mom group. Join the Rebel Mom tribe. Not that I have an official group. Okay, let me just clarify. But we are bonded in mind and spirit as Rebel Moms. Okay. Number 2 is don't put off to the last minute unless you have to. So going back to what I was explaining earlier, don't wait until the last minute to get stuff done unless you absolutely have to. There are things that just by their nature have to be done last, and that's fine. But make sure that you have thought far enough ahead that you're not, whatever project you're working on or deadline or anything like that, that the only thing that you actually have to do at the deadline are those things that are legitimate last minute items. So I know that's hard for some people. I do know because we are busy, but go back to work in small, consistent blocks, but work consistently every day, every week, whatever consistent looks like for you. So this is the 3rd one, schedule your week to ensure success. And what I mean by that is don't overwhelm your to-do list. So yes, there's so many things that we have to get done, but you need to figure out what you can realistically do in the time that you have. And there may be some times where you're just busier than normal, and that's okay. But if you're constantly failing at your to-do list, so you have this big long to-do list and maybe you get half of it done, but you don't get the other half, you are not going to look at that as an accomplishment. You're going to see everything that wasn't done. Now, if you come back to your to-do list and what you see are things checked off, that is actually going to motivate you to do more things. So it's also, whether you use stickers or check boxes or whatever it is, we thrive on seeing, I guess, that immediate reward. We thrive on those rewards. And so if your to-do list is always looking like you're failing, you're not going to be motivated to keep doing. So ensure your week for success. And then, so here's the fourth one, and this is always the painful one, is what do you need to say no to, or what do you need to say not right now to? So that's the hard one, because we see all of these things that we just have to do and we want to do and we want to get done. But if your schedule is so overwhelmed and you're thinking the only way I'm going to be able to do this is to get up at 4 a.m. every morning, then that's not going to work. It's not sustainable. So think of things like, what can you combine? So is there anything that you can combine? Like working out at your desk. Seriously, I've had weights at my desk at one point. I have a little elliptical under my desk now, that I will set I'll turn my watch on and I will cycle like I'm cycling. So intentionally doing it. So what are some things that you can combine? Is there anything that you can automate? Are there things that you can delegate? And if you have teenagers in the house, shoot, hire them. Let them help you out. There's one client that requires some Canva work to be done. And I had hired somebody else out, hired it out to somebody else. Then she did it for a while and then couldn't do it anymore. But I had made a video showing her like how to do it and what I needed to do. So that video has gone through, I think, my two of my kids, and they've just helped me out at different times doing that. And I don't even have to hardly train them or show them what to do because I've already made this video. But I just keep, okay, this is what you need to use. This is what you need to use. Just watch this. And it's a huge help. So I am able to delegate that to my kids, not even like outsource it outside of my house, but I can delegate that to my kids so that they can help with that. And let's get some coffee. So ask yourself, what can you say no to? And sometimes the no is just for a season. It's not permanent. What can you delegate? What can you combine? So really look at how you work, because I can tell you how I work and what works for me, but that doesn't mean it's going to work for you. And that's what you can, as a self-proclaimed productivity guru, I will not be like all the other gurus. I will actually tell you that I can offer suggestions, but you're going to have to like figure it out on your own. Yeah. And you know what? Some of my suggestions may not be the right fit for you either. So yes, I'm one of those gurus that thinks that maybe you know what's best for you and your family. Anyway, so it's really hot in here. Need a hair tie to get all this hair up. Yeah, so just look at what you can do. If you can't get all the things done, or you have to get up at 4 a.m. to do it, then you may need to say no to some things. And this is coming from somebody who has like 15,000 balls in the air at one time. So I don't really say no often to things. But also, I will say this. Once you start creating habits and getting familiar with new things, it actually makes it easier to do as well. So you want to start a new workout routine. Like, you just need to do it. And yes, there's going to be that uphill climb when you first start. But it will, I don't want to say plateau out, especially when coming to working out, but you will get used to it and it won't take as much time. And so if you're starting new things or doing new things, give yourself that flexibility for it to take more time as well. And then once it's a habit, it's going to be quicker and you're going to do it without thinking. So that is all I have to say for productivity. I think I've said enough. And I do want to let you know about this week's show. I did an interview with a mom, and obviously, because this is all about moms, and she shared her story about when she was 15, she had gotten pregnant, and then she gave her son up for adoption, and just all of these like broken circumstances that have really just turned around for good. And so she shares her story, and you don't want to miss it. I will definitely leave the link in the description below. And if you would like to support this coffee chat, I would love to. You can go over to Ko-fi, that's ko-fi.com/Life Unboxed blog, and buy some more coffee or buy a Rebel Mom mug or shirt, because we have earned the right to brag about being a rebel mom. We have earned it. And remember, you can follow me on social media and hop on over, join the newsletter so that we can keep in touch with content I only share with people on my list. So I will see you in the next show.